lost head blowing in the Florida breeze. Dice up your D, throwing dimes to free. Travis C punching holes through the line. Touchdown dance, girls losing their minds. 100 both ways, that's a one-man show. Like your wide receiver, then score.
All right, what's up, everybody? Checking in here. Hope everyone's doing good. So, yeah. Sorry, guys, a little ill-prepared right now. But yeah, the Jaguars made pick number 56. Overwhelming reaction. People are not into it. I know me. I don't get super into, to be honest, draft prospects just because, one, I don't really have the time for it. Two, once the Jaguars get these guys, then I'll start doing some like homework on them and reading into them a little bit. Didn't know much about, this. What is his name? Nate Borkircher. Can we get some guys with easy names? So we get Ororo last week, and now we get Burchurker. So I'll learn a name at some point. But yeah, the Jaguars, they essentially get a tight end that is a little bit raw in the pass game, but is just a mean run blocker, which, to be honest, that's the kind of tight end I would thought the Jaguars would try to get. And also, I don't know, tight end is such a tricky position to get because I don't know. These guys, they come out of nowhere. Like some of the best, which, by the way, Jaguars are on the clock now. The pick is not in. They got 5 minutes left. But when you look at some of the best tight ends in the NFL, they're kind of found all over the place. It's not like quarterbacks where they're just all first-round picks. Let me see. Like 10 best tight ends in NFL history. So let me look this up. Okay. I'm going to look up where all these guys were drafted. Tony Gonzalez is declared the best. Gonzalez draft. Tony Gonzalez was the 13th overall pick, so that's good. Rob Gronkowski draft. Rob Gronkowski was a second-round pick. What about Travis Kelce? I think Travis Kelce was a third-round pick. Travis Kelce was a third-round pick. Antonio Gates, I don't even think was drafted. Gates. Undrafted. Antonio Gates. What about Kellen Winslow? 13th overall. So, yeah, there's definitely a mixed bag here. But we'll see how he does. Let me get to the comments. Sorry, I haven't been reading comments. Trust in James Gladstone, am I right, guys? Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the situation of we'll trust this regime until we can't trust them. I watch The Hunt. I see how they prepare for this stuff. They're prepared. Okay, so the pick is in. Jaguars get Albert Regis, defensive tackle, Texas A&M. So back-to-back Texas A&M guys. It's kind of crazy. Jaguars, kind of like in 2024 when you go Brian Thomas Jr. out of LSU, then Mason Smith out of LSU. So, yeah, it looks like 39 tackles, 114 tackles last year. Oh, we go to commercial. So let's look up a little bit about this guy. So it was definitely obvious that the Jaguars went tight end. They were going to need to go. Running back or defensive line. Let's see. I'm starting to hate what Jack Gladstone is cooking, says DG. Should have took Dominique Orange. Didn't expect that, but he looks pretty good. Everything Texas A&M, huh? Yeah, and I was making this comment to my buddy earlier. Gosh, a lot of Texas A&M guys getting drafted. They're all over the place. Let me see what I can see out of this guy. Now I can't find the guy's name. Let's see. Jesus Christ. AOS could have had Anthony Hill. Can't believe we didn't pick Anthony Hill. Yeah. And then the Titans get him right after us, right? I almost think the Jaguars got sniped. I'll be honest with you. Like, we needed defensive line, and man, where there was a big run on defensive tackle and edges. And right before us, the Patriots traded right before us and got Gabe Jacas, which that was the guy I was kind of looking out for. Yeah, they traded up for Hill. Yeah, I mean, he was there. I mean, we'll see how the careers play out for sure. But we did get some beef, so that's good. Leon seriously says, was there liquor in the war room when they drafted a blocking tight end in the second round? That's I mean, okay, Albert Regis. Let me look up about this guy. That's what these guys are saying about him. Backup blocking tight at 56 is terrible. We'll see how it goes. Wasn't Brenton Strange kind of similar? Blocking tight end that got drafted? Why does this feel like a 2020 type draft? They did one thing about I don't like about a tight end. He's like 25 years old, pretty old for a. I mean, he'll be 29 by the time he's ready for a second contract. It's pretty old. Let me see. I saw this video. I think these guys are cooking us right here. So I'm going to share my screen. We'll watch this together. Nope, not the right button. Share screen. Chrome tab, share audio. Okay, so let's see what these guys say. This is about the tight end pick.
Allocate the money towards edge. Okay, enough. I get too fan.
That's a big deal, that trade.
Okay, good.
Whoa! Wow.
Nate.
What? Yeah.
How do you say that last name, Connor?
Borkircher?
Borkircher.
I might have messed up a little.
No
way.
Okay, we have Shock here in the draft room.
Yeah,
6'5",
Nate Borkircher.
245, tight end out of Texas A&M is going to Jacksonville. You two, the stock exchange, are stunned. Connor, what kind of a player are the Jags getting?
He's a wide tight. He's going to play an inline role for them in the run game in the red zone. That's what he does. When you look at
In the second round?
Yeah, when you look at him, this is somebody that, you know what's weird to me? I really like Brenton Strange on the line of scrimmage for this team. So I didn't view this as a big-time need in this situation for me. I mean, quick off the snap, and he plays with a physical brand of football, but I don't expect him to be an overly impressive pass-catching tight end where you had to take him here this early. Man, I had him at 170, guys.
170?
Jeez, 170.
136. He's not even top 100 on the consensus board.
There are. If you needed an inline tight end, I thought there were better options on the board.
There's about
multiple
4 or
better.
5.
I mean, I give this a D.
And right now, the chat agreeing with you.
I
They got
don't.
us an F.
I don't get how they assess the value of this. I thought there was better tight ends. I didn't view this as a crazy need for this team in terms of this type of tight end. And I
Yeah,
think
they're
you could've
cooking
got
us.
Player, man, if you loved him, I think maybe you're talking third round. But Trevor, I thought he was a 4th or 5th round, maybe 4th round kind of player. This is a hard one to quantify, honestly.
Can allocate.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. They did not like it. What do you say? 160th on his board. So yeah, who knows? All right, let me look up about this Albert Regis guy. Let me reshare. Okay, here's some info about Albert Regis. Player by redshirted, most improved defensive player, playing 12 games. So he started. He only played for Texas A&M. So fifth-year senior with 2 years as a starter. Regis is built low with girthy lower and shorter arms. He's a leverage monster who can function as a tree stump in the middle of the defense when he's first with his hands. He can post and peek as a two-gapper or drop low to fight off double teams. He plays a good balance of technically sound and block and takes on / disengagements. His rush is impressive, and his lack of let me close this. And his lack of length will cause him issues at times, but he's tough, strong, consistent. Regis should become a run-stopping factor as a nose tackle. All right, so the Jaguars went lighter at defensive tackle with getting a Roro. Now they get a guy that will probably more so serve as a backup to Devon Hamilton for the time being. I don't know if they look draft projection round 4. So another guy that's lower on consensus boards. Strengths built wide, good bend, resets line of scrimmage with hands on center, rips a heavy punch to blockers, rips doubles with a wide base, technically sound into getting into and off blocks. Bad arm length, so our boy Trent Baalke won't like this one. Sources tell us he's mature, he works hard, he does everything the right way, he's a good player and a great guy to have in your locker room. All right, so locker room guy. We got him. So he's another guy. How old is he? Why do they not have his age? I'd like to know how old he is because he's like a fifth-year senior. 22. Okay, not too bad. I was worried he was like 25. Let's see this. Nate Boer. Whoops. Her age. Let's see. 24. So he'll be 25 when the season starts. That's old. I mean, I don't like that. I don't like getting an older guy like that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Texans and Tennessee are stacking up. No bueno. Yeah, Titans might be the most improved team in the NFL. I mean, they spent a lot of money on free agency. Anthony Hill Jr. was a good pick. Cardinal Tate, I don't like that one as much. I think they reached on wide receivers. They felt like they needed to get a wide receiver for Cam Ward, and then they didn't know it was going to be there later. I'm pretty sure Ranshaw will be there this season. Yeah. We will probably draft the mascot with our next pick at this rate. That would be less than ideal, right? There we go. Duval TV. Always bringing the optimism. I like both picks. Look, I'm going to see how it plays out. I don't think James Gladstone's an idiot. And I don't think anybody in this regime's an idiot. I mean, Tony Vaselli's involved in this too. And even Liam Cohen, it's a collaborative effort. So I'm going to see it through. I don't want to be Mr. Negative, horrible. Oh, this guy sucks, that guy sucks type thing. We'll see what happens. We can pick UCF as a player. Hey, I will draft me with this next spot. I'll gladly take the signing bonus. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to suck, but I wouldn't mind a couple million to be a bust. Albert Regis is a very athletic defensive tackle. He had 4.88 40, 34 vert, second defensive tackle, 9.8 broad jump, first defensive tackle. Not bad. So I think we're picking again here soon. So I went live now because it's going to be pretty rapid fire here. Let me go back and All right, let's read what Twitter's saying. Not much to get inspired about on Nate Borchard's resume, and he turns 25 in September. Don't get that pick. Jags went 13-4, and fans missing Trent Baalke. I would be surprised if Borchard ends up feeling like a bad pick or a miss in the future. He's a good blocker, tough, good athlete, and limited receiving looks. And limited receiving looks are impressive, but was it best value? That's a question I'll be trying to answer moving forward. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really mind the pick, but like, were there other teams trying to get him? Like, couldn't we have drafted him with this pick that we just used on Regis? Couldn't we have drafted him there and maybe got a better defensive tackle in the second round? You know, that's the thing. Like, could we have waited? Could we have picked him at pick number 100 overall? Like, I don't think we're all complaining if it's pick 100. Sam Roush also wide, bigger frame, but less potential as a receiver. When he started to comp, especially other Y tight ends to Berkshire, the pick makes more sense. Okay, I'll say this. I don't agree with the pick like most of you. It's a little head scratching, but with his trio, took a team that was 5-18 before their rival and got them to 13-4 and division champions in only 1 year. They probably have earned a little trust. I had to order the jersey without the R at the end. Man, that's crazy. It exceeds the character amount. Travis Hunter got bitched 20 yards by Nate Berkshire. Let's see what happened here. Oh, yeah, that's Berkshire over here blocking Travis Hunter. Look at that Jaguar and Jaguar crime. Cameron Hayward out here. Yeah, it's just funny we took 2 Texas A&M guys, isn't it? Well, he blocked a tiny wide receiver. Yeah. I think a lot of people can block Travis Hunter when Travis Hunter's, especially when he's backpedaling like that. You guys want to see what the best tweet of the night is, though? Look, I made this tweet earlier. Jags, you're 100% drafting a player we're not expecting, by the way. But yeah, I mean, Jaguars had 2 more picks tonight. I would expect Edge, and I don't know. I don't know if linebacker is that big of a need, and maybe they like the guys they have. So the Jaguars are 2 picks away. Los Angeles trades back with Cleveland, so Cleveland's on the clock now. By the way, KC Concepcion drafted with the Jaguars pick. Or Jaguars would-be first-round pick. Yeah, running back could be one. Jaguars could go running back. To be honest, I don't think I could see us not going linebacker today. But we got to go edge, man. I mean, I would never be surprised with O-line. I could see the Jaguars going O-line and D-line. If I were to take a guess. I was on X earlier and I actually predicted tight end, which is kind of crazy. Or I was on TikTok, I should say. By the way, if you guys aren't following me on TikTok, please give me a follow on TikTok at UCF_Jaguar. All right, so Austin Barber, tackle out of Florida. Florida's got some big men in this draft. I think it's all been big guys, right? Between O-line and D-line for the Gators. Honestly, I don't mind to pick a DT, but tight end is making me a little worried. Yep, I mean, that's the consensus, you know? That's what everybody's saying. We'll see how it actually turns out, right? And we're kind of getting clown nationally. I don't know who this guy is. Some Barstool guy with 83,000 followers. Jaguars has drafted a 25-year-old pure running block and tight end at 56 overall. All right. McShay had him at 284 overall, tight end 24. What is this consensus board over? NFC assistant coach on Jaguars tight end Nate Borkshire. My second rated tight end behind Sadiq. Toughest tight end in the draft, underutilized in the pass game, has good speed too, can threaten the middle of the field. All right, so this is the tweet, right? Let me just go ahead and retweet this. Why don't I just do that? It's just the thing that I fear about consensus stuff is a lot of times people think the same and they kind of rank everybody the same and they have the same state of mind. And then maybe they don't do work on some guys that go later. Because you guys remember Quincy Williams? The Jaguars had Quincy Williams in the third round. The ESPN and NFL Network, they didn't even have highlight tape of him. Like, that totally stumped them. And then apparently other NFL teams really liked Quincy Williams too. Quincy Williams turned into an all-pro linebacker. Of course, he did it for a crappy Jets team. But, I mean, that happened. That happened. So... So second Ohio State tight end drafted. By the way, guys, UCF had a player get drafted number 21 overall. That's pretty cool. Shout out to Malachi. All right, Jaguars pick is in. Let's see who we get. Are they going to announce it or they're just going to show it at the bottom line? Ooh, we're going to commercial. A tradition like no other, guys. Look, we got after the Jaguars, we have Chicago and San Francisco, two big markets. So yeah, they need to hit a commercial real quick. I'm trying to hide from the chat so I don't get spoiled. This guy, it wasn't Press Taylor, was it? That's a good tweet. Like I said, I'm thinking D-line, O-line, the rest of our picks. Field Yates has safety as one of our biggest needs. Are you kidding me? We have so many safeties. We had too many safeties that we know what to do with. By the way, how about Mandarin boy Carson Beck to the Cardinals? Yeah, it's a crazy quarterback room there. They got Gardner Minshew, Jacoby Brissett, and Carson Beck. Dude, this pick has been in for an hour. Now they took out the bottom line. Sorry, guys. Waiting to see who we drafted. They went boom, 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 the Pixie Four. Then now we're going all commercials for the Jags. All right, come on. Let's get the pick. Dude, come on. We just saw this commercial. Oh, come on. All right, whatever. I'm just going to spoil it myself. Let me see who we got. All right, the pick is in. Dude, why are they showing a watermelon? What is this coverage? All right. I didn't get spoiled. I don't know who we're getting. Usually Twitter's good at spoiling stuff. I couldn't find anything. All right. Paul Pazzuzzi's back out here. Who we got, Puzz? All right. It's a good pick. I actually know this guy. I know he's gonna be one of the top consensus guys. Okay. He's the consensus guy you're looking for. So we got the offensive lineman out as one. I think we go edge with this last pick. Yeah, so we're pretty low to that interior offensive line right now. Yeah, so this guy is from the Pacific Northwest, so he's going to have to get used to this humidity. Man, sometimes these big guys come down here to Florida, and with all the heat and humidity, they just, it hurt. It's tough for them. But yeah, the Jaguars, 3 picks so far, no trades. How about that? By the way, I love Puzz. I wish Puzz could give us a little Duval. Paul Pazzuzzi is all business tonight, guys. Been wanting them to use every pick on the line of scrimmage. Finally, they're doing it. Yeah, they're getting some guys that are able to move some people. I mean, that's what they're doing. I mean, last year the Jaguars went a little bit more finesse, right? This year the Jaguars are going big guys, big guys. Puzz is the OG Wingard, yeah. Yeah, Puzz is the buttoned up Wingard. Okay, the Wingard could be like his crazy brother. I missed the last 2 picks. So the Jaguars go. Let me pull up the actual Jags so I can get the exact names right. Let me go to the Jaguars account. So at pick number 56, the Jaguars took Nate Borkircher. Gosh, I can't get this guy's name right. Burkircher, whatever, tight end out of Texas A&M. The Jaguars stick with Texas A&M, and the Jaguars got defensive tackle Albert Regis. And then finally, the Jaguars with this last pick go Emmanuel Pregnon, offensive guard out of Oregon. Now, I wonder if they potentially think Pregnon can play a little bit of tackle. Because the Jaguars are deep at interior line, not as deep as at tackle. But we'll see. Because we don't know with Cole Van Lanen if he's going to start the year healthy, right? And do we want Walker Little playing? Who knows? Pregnon projected as early second round. Wonder why he dropped. Yeah, let me see. Emmanuel. Let's see. Okay. So Mel Kiper had Emmanuel Pregnon as his 34th highest ranked prospect. So that's interesting. Let's see where he had Regis. He had Regis as his 15th ranked defensive tackle. I don't know where that puts him on the big board. I don't even think he has Berkshire on here anywhere. That tight end is a future Hall of Famer, sir. I hope. Milam replaces Cleveland and Pregnon on the right side. Yeah. Replacement for guard Ezra Cleveland. That's true. I mean, got to go younger there. We got to start when you actually look at the Jaguars offensive line. If we're looking at starters, like on our starting offensive line, 4 of those guys are free agents, guys that we didn't even draft. So they got to start, hopefully one day Milam can be starting left guard. We can have Pregnon as starting right guard. We can have, who knows, maybe even John Monheim at center. And then we can pay right tackle Anton Harrison. And then, either have Cole Van Landen left tackle or draft another guy next year, And then you're starting to really be able to facilitate and filter these guys in and out. Maybe Cohen thought we should run the ball more. We didn't against the Bills in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, I think the Jaguars, they want to be better at running the ball. Like last year, I think the run game started off hot, but, a reason why Trevor Lawrence had so many damn touchdowns was because, like, they had to keep throwing the ball at the end of the game. Like, they couldn't run these games out. So that was something that the Jaguars needed to improve for sure. Malik Muhammad's still there. How many people we got in here? 161. Please drop your like for me if you guys can. So Jaguars have one more pick tonight. They have the last pick tonight at pick number 100 overall. Is actually a comp pick received from the Detroit Lions. All right, so Matt Miller says Jacksonville has now drafted 2 players in round 3 that were not ranked inside the top 150 on consensus boards. That's a fascinating difference how the players are seen. I think he means 2 players in on day 2 because what's his face? The guard was pretty highly rated, Pregnon. Jermel McCoy's medicals, apparently. That's funny. What is that? Okay. The Jaguars draft picks average age when the season starts so far 24. Geez, look at Jordan doing some advanced math out here. It's like he's a CPA. Hopefully Regis can unlock some pass rushing with that 4.88 40 time, but man, I don't know about this one. I was really hoping we could get Branch from Georgia. He's going to be an instant playmaker. Yeah, that's one thing. Like when the Jaguars were picking at 56, gosh, I felt like players were just dropping off. Like Kristen Miller, Lee Hunter, Jockus, a bunch of guys that I was wanting were just gone. All right. Yeah, CJ Allen was there too. CJ Allen went to the Colts, I believe. Let's not forget Sanders was a consensus top 3 pick. Yeah, I mean, it's always like that, man. Like the media will see guys differently than actual NFL teams. Arizona Cardinals new franchise quarterback. That's hilarious. You know, it's funny because Carson Beck is a Jacksonville guy. Went to Mandarin, but he I don't think anybody claims him. I don't think they claim him. Emmanuel Pregnon makes his draft instantly much better. Late first round talent to me. Don't matter the regime, the franchise can never be normal. Geez, even his animation looks funny. This guy's an underrated follow, this OL guy. He's definitely knows football. Definitely knows O-line. Malachi Lawrence says every team asked him why he stayed all 4 years at UCF. His answer to them was the same, that he wanted to grow into a leadership role. Hey, don't talk down. NFL teams don't talk down on UCF, okay? That's pretty cool. Shout out to him, man. UCF Knight for life. You know, why don't we listen to what Jamal says?
Their second pick of the night. Pick 2 of the night in the books for the Jaguars, and clearly they like Texas A&M. I mean, if you're an Aggies fan, then you're probably through the roof right now. Gig 'em, right? Jaguars go back to Texas A&M for their second pick of the night, bringing in defensive tackle Albert Regis. So this isn't a sexy pick, right? He's not the get after the quarterback guy. He's not the stat-stuffing defensive tackle that everybody was probably hoping for, but he's a down and do the dirty work kind of guy. He's made a lot of money for the defensive line guys that have played near him, helping set those guys up to make plays because he does the dirty work. And the Jaguars clearly adding a guy that hopefully can help to set up some plays for Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker to go and make some sacks. Jaguars had to add a defensive tackle. They do it in the 3rd round. They still have a couple more picks to go in the 3rd round. We'll see where else they dip with this thing. I don't know that I had Albert Regis going on my board in my mind in the 3rd round, but we'll see how it all comes together. Pick 2 of the night in the books for the.
All right. I'm going to mess around and go quarterback next. This is pretty cool. Did you guys see this? Carnell Tate was on the team in my IMG that played Bishop Sycamore. Isn't it crazy? Because like Bishop Sycamore seems like it was like 2 years ago. But yeah, we're starting to get distance from it. And this guy, Roy Johnson, looks just like Keenan from that was on Saturday Night Live and Nick at Night. Looks just like him. This is Dan Hickens' reaction to the pick. Stepping on him says, I'm going to be totally honest. Jags fans need to calm the hell down. People will be fine. People will be fine. Isaac says, I want Nicholas Singleton. Yeah, I have faith that Liam Cohen will make it work, but James Gladstone better watch his back because I'm dumping paint on him when I see him. You need to smoke a little bit, Jags. Oof. Heavy words there. All right, guys. So pick number 94. Pick is in. Jaguars have pick number 100. It's kind of crazy. The Jaguars doing no movement today. Gosh, I'm tired. I'm not gonna make a TikTok after this. So look at this. So earlier they put out this. Did I get any replies in this? Not really. But any of you guys, I saw this of Jacob Rodriguez. He has this Lonesome Dove thing in the back. Fantastic book. If you've never seen Lonesome Wolf, if you've never read the book Lonesome Dove, it's a great book. Like this is players trying to put their draft hat on. Like every player has issues putting their hat on. The hats never fit. Look at this pick they use for so they use this pick for Giants have engaged in trade conversation, Kayvon Thibodeau, whatever. I'm looking at this graphic, I was like, what is this? Like, why is Trayvon Walker in the back here? And they have like the Jag scoreboard, and I realized I'm like, oh, there's a picture of him and a jumbotron is in the background with like, I'm like, why would you not? Like, this is such a weird like edit. Like you have like, you know what I mean? Like you have Trayvon Walker back here, but I didn't see the split. So I'm like, oh, okay, now I understand. It's just like it was just kind of funny looking to me. Dalton, without Lloyd, who are we renting on all those turnovers? I feel like we're not getting a Mike linebacker as a mistake. Well, I mean, it's hard to bank on any linebacker getting turnovers. A lot of them came early. Yeah, I mean, we might just have a drop off there, but they do like Ventrell Miller. This scheme doesn't really value linebackers that heavy, but who knows? Maybe we draft a linebacker here. We'll see. We'll see. That was the thing I was worried about was, or not worried about, but how much do they value? How much does this team value their current linebackers? Says maybe they really like Ventrell Miller. I know Tony Baselli mentioned Branson Combs the other day, which we'll never talk about, but they also have Jack Kaiser. We'll see. We'll see. Am I concerned about Devin Lloyd, though? I get concerned about the one-year wonder stuff. Because how many guys we pay because they had one good year, then they just don't do it the next year. I will say Jordan said he watched Ventrell Miller pretty closely. I didn't watch him very closely, to be honest with you, and he says that he feels very comfortable with him. So Jordan DeLuca's that guy. Whenever I see a wide receiver go, I'm like, yeah, take him. We don't need that. We don't need those wide receivers. Oh yeah, Jordan DeLuca was grinding the tight end film right when they drafted him. Should we do a live reaction to the video that he came out with? He's a thumper. I do like that. Yeah, I mean, it looks like we went for some physical guys. Like we're getting the positions we expected. It's just not, some of the names we were looking at. By the way, guys, this was me earlier today when I realized that we're drafting some players today. Yeah, I was very excited. Yeah, I was in a tuxedo this morning. Yes. The Dolphins are missing on all cylinders. Yeah, Dolphins another one of those teams that I feel like had a million picks. Dolphins, Jets. Oh man, I'm tired. but we're gonna get through this, okay? See, this is when I want to live on the West Coast. Like I was hearing Tony Vaselli talking on Brent Marno's show. He's like, "Oh yeah, like we have a bunch of guys here that used to be with the Rams. They're like, oh, the draft used to start at 5 p.m. Now we have to wait till 8." I'm like, "Oh my god, that sounds amazing." Sounds amazing. Go to bed. No, they told us we can't go to bed because we got action. We got pick 100. We're closing out the night, guys. At least I have this second round pick to distract me from thinking about the wild card game. The NFL draft is such like a random event. Like we have this huge NFL event that happens in like the end of April. And after this, I do love the NFL draft mainly because like we can stop talking about draft and we can start focusing on our own players and figuring out like where our roster stands. Seahawks trade pick. Pittsburgh moves up. Yeah, I think Seahawks came into the draft with like 3 or 4 picks. So yeah, they're going to try to be trading back as much as they can. After this, it's the worst time of year. Yeah. It's the worst time of year in general. Like May through July is hot as balls. I mean, no sports going on that I really care about. It's just a weird time of year. Weird and boring time of year. See, our Walter Payton man of the year is Eric Armstead. Steelers is Cameron Hayward. I want a Cameron Hayward on our team. What a great player. Did we draft the Cameron Hayward today? I'm sorry, dude. Steelers ain't winning anytime soon. Jennings Dunker. What a name. Is this the guy with the mullet? Yeah. Yeah, this guy's geez, he looks like it, these Iowa Pitts uniforms. He already looks like he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. That's crazy. I didn't realize how similar Iowa's uniforms looked. Like with the Steelers. Yeah, Pittsburgh sucks. When's Aaron Rodgers going to decide to come back? September? Dude, like he is the same exact career arc as freaking Brett Favre. It's unreal. Like I could literally see training camp going on and preseason, and like I could see him like after preseason game 1 is over, him going over there. All right, so Vikings are up now. Nice mullet. I will give him that. It's a good mullet. Dunker was my OL pick for the Jags, but I like those Mauler types. Yeah. How are we feeling about our tight end pick? Well, I mean, the consensus doesn't really like it, but I know me. I'm on wait and see mode. I saw this regime take this team from 4-13 to 13-4. So yeah. If you see all the Gronk cops, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to compare him to Gronk yet. Dalton, how do you feel about Mike Washington as the last pick of the night? To be honest, I don't know much about him. I don't know much about any of these guys at this point. We'll see who we get. I think, I've actually been pretty on point, believe it or not, with all the picks today when it comes to the positions. I was live on TikTok earlier. I was telling people, why do I feel like we're going tight end? The Jaguars went tight end. Then I kind of said, all right, like Jaguars need to go. I think with the next two picks we go D line and O line. Jaguars did that. So I would think edge would be the last thing, and then we've pretty much hit all the different needs. I don't think linebacker, to be honest, like as I got closer to the draft, I started feeling like maybe they don't see linebackers as big of a need as maybe the fans do. Because I think they actually like their room. But a lot of times linebackers are drafted quite often because linebackers turn into core four special teams guys. So especially on day 3, you see a lot of linebackers go. Yeah, I mean, I think they go because when you're drafting tight ends, like you want, especially for what the Jaguars want two-way tight ends. So generally, you want to find big tight ends that are already pretty good at blocking, but you want to look at them and say, does this person have receiving upside? And I think that's what they saw this tight end. It's different when you have like, I keep just bringing up the comp like Evan Ingram. Like if you have a guy with an Evan Ingram type of body style, you're going to say, okay, like, he's going to help you in the middle of the field in the pass game, but he's going to be a liability in a running game. Like Evan Ingram tried. I mean, he was a willing blocker, but he wasn't a good blocker. So I think there's like, when you look at like Stowe, or like, I think it's like Eli Stowers, for example, I don't think he has much run blocking upside, but now they got a guy that, that they think that it can eventually do both. And, he might not have the greatest rookie year. Like tight ends, they take some time to develop. I mean, we saw Brenton Strange. He didn't really get unlocked until year 3, until this last year. So always got to be patient there. All right, so Caleb Tiernan, tackle Northwestern for the Vikings. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's willing, like, he tries, but he's not good. He wasn't good at blocking. Oh, so that's what this video is. So I'm seeing this video all over the place. I'm like, why am I seeing this? This is apparently Albert Regis's daughter. So they put different cups down this morning, and she chose the Jaguars. So it's pretty wild. Pretty wild they chose the right cup. This is like around where my baby's at right now, crawling all over the place. My baby's probably a little older though. Vikings picking again. Jacoby Thomas. All right. All right, Jags 2 picks away. Seahawks and Jaguars. By the way, appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Drop likes if you guys can. Subscribe to the channel, guys. But for sure, follow me on TikTok. I'm putting in a lot of work on TikTok. Hey, Cliff Averill making the pick for the Seahawks. That's a Jacksonville legend. He Clay High School. All right, so they got a DB. We weren't going to take a DB. All right, pick number 100. Hopefully we make a pick. I don't really want to trade back. All right, I made the pick. Paul Pazzonzi's back out here. It's a busy night for Puzz. I'm thinking edge. Ooh, Jaguars actually got a DB. All right. Jalen Husky, Maryland. Let's see. It says cornerback down there. It says safety up here. Let's see what he's lining up at. So he's lining up at safety here. Yeah, so he's playing safety over here. So we got a big room. I mean, Ransaw, Ryan Lane, Eric Murray, Antonio Johnson, now Jalen Husky. It's a crowded safety room, guys. Is he playing wide receiver too? I think he just caught a pick as a wide receiver. All right, well, 3 rounds down. All right, so Jaguars go tight end, then DT, then guard, and then safety. That's how it looks, man. So still need the edge. I think we're going another year without getting an edge. That's a little bit disappointing to me, but yeah. I'll say the run game got better. Definitely know that. Two offensive guys, two defensive guys. All right. So with that said, appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm going to go work on making a TikTok video, but appreciate you guys. And yeah, I imagine we'll do a show next week. I know I'll be available. I can't speak for them, but I imagine they'll be down too. So we'll definitely talk about it. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Go Jags.